Hey, what's up? It's Ryan J. Downey. I'm still here at Aftershock in Sacramento, California. I'm hanging out with Mr. Payable on Death himself, Sonny Sandoval. How's it going?
What's up, brother?
It's good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
It's good to see you. So when you guys have obviously done these big rock festivals many, many times at this point, it's got to just be kind of like almost like a family reunion. Like you see a lot of homies from a lot of bands, and you get to check out new bands and this and that. What do you do to kind of keep inspired and keep it fresh just for yourself? You know what I mean? Just to like make it unique as much as you can.
I love seeing all the bands and our friends that we built relationships with. I try to keep up with all the younger bands coming out, you know what I mean? But it's so dime a dozen. It's hard these days to keep up with everybody, man.
Well, you guys have been really good about, like, you've been taking out Islander quite a bit
lately,
and that's definitely like a young band that we've been covering with AP.
And I'm always watching, man. I'm always checking out bands and see if there's anything fresh and new that I enjoy. But most of this is Groundhog Day. You know?
Right, that's what I mean. Like, how do you, like, you know?
Yeah,
go to catering, do the like.
It's the same thing, man. I mean, we have a new record, so we're touring constantly. And it gets tough. I just left home. I left my wife, my kids, and it's like you got to get into tour mode where it's like, okay, cool, I'm going to be gone for another month and a half. And you kind of got to get in that mindset. And eventually you do. It catches up to you, and you just go out. You see your friends. You go watch a few bands play, and then you're back in the mode.
And it's got to be especially because you're real involved with like sports and everything at home with your family, and so it's it's got to be even you know, the older kids get, the more stuff that goes on. You know what I mean?
It's tough because we've been doing this for so long. You would think that 23 years later, you can tour smarter, work less, and still make money. But it's like, no, it's different. The industry changes.
Yeah.
Nobody buys records. You have to tour 13 months out of the year when you figure at this point in our career we could tour a lot less.
Yeah.
So it's tough.
It used to be tour to sell the record.
Yeah.
Now it's make records to tour.
to tour.
Yeah, it completely flips.
It gets tough.
So let's talk about the new record, The Awakening. You guys, tell me who produced it, because I feel like it's some of you were before Howard Benson again. Okay, yeah. So what's it all about? Give me the scoop.
Howard Benson did it. We took a shot. We did a concept record, which is very old school, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's very old school rock and roll. It's very hip-hop oriented as far as all the great hip-hop records that we love. They're always telling a story from beginning to end. Interludes, everything, you know what I mean?
Skits and everything, yeah.
And so, obviously, today, it's the 14-year-olds that buy records, so we weren't really trying to appeal to them. We were trying to appeal more to our fan base, and not only that, but we were trying to engage the listener to listen to the record from beginning to end. We have 10 songs on the record. It's kind of like reading a book. You can't just go to chapter 9 or chapter 7.
Yeah.
You can't pick out the song you like from iTunes. We want to encourage listeners to listen to it from beginning to end. There's so much in there.
You don't just watch like Harry Potter 4.
Yeah.
It's
like,
the
same thing with music, bro. That's why we went to record stores. Because the album cover caught your eye, and you checked out the band, and you find out what they're listening to, what instruments they're playing, what studio they recorded at, what's their influences. Now 14-year-old kids don't do that.
Yeah,
it's all iTunes driven.
Yeah, and I used to, and it's like you would read the thanks list and be like, I love this band. Like, who were the bands they're friends with?
I want to see that band. I want to check that band out.
I remember even, me being like a hardcore kid at the time, when the Southtown video hit MTV, seeing the Zayo jersey.
Right.
That for me, I was like, oh, these dudes get it. Like, they're down. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like. And I feel like there's definitely a big element of that's lost now.
It's lost.
Discovery.
Man. Yeah. And you just don't know what sells records any day. Now it's like everything is social media. There's so much vanity involved. A lot of it doesn't.
Look at me.
And a lot of it doesn't even have to do with the art anymore, or the quality of music. It's just who's Twitter famous, who's Instagram famous, and it's like so.
And I think a lot of the Twitter famous, Instagram famous. Like at a certain point, it kind of flips where, if you think about some artists, for example, that used to sell a lot of records at one time and then did like reality TV shows and stuff like that. It's not even really about the records anymore. Even if it's like they're still famous because of that.
Yeah.
They're not famous for music at this point. You know what I mean?
But that's when it's not really a lifestyle. Like I could walk around here and it's like it's not a lifestyle for them. This is like a Broadway show.
Yeah.
They're putting on a show. They're entertaining. P.O.D's never been an entertaining band. Like that was never our purpose. You know what I mean? This is like, we're gonna do this. We've always been doing this since we were kids. Now we're old guys, but we're still doing this because there's still.
Ain't that old. The Rolling Stones are old.
Yeah, you know what I mean though. So it's tough sometimes walking around because I still don't buy into it, and it's tough to watch everybody else buy into it.
Yeah, and to what? And then you guys have been you're veterans in the game at this point, to where you see a lot of rise and fall.
Oh yeah.
Of people buying into it.
Yeah.
You know,
And
you have to watch them as they
And then there's so many bands now, and there's so many ways of being popular and noticed that you have someone who's successful this moment, but then they're gone next year, and no one cares because they're on the next thing. So, you know, that's a question we get asked all the time. Like, dude, how have you guys been around 23 years?
Right.
It's like, because there's still real fans out there that actually stick with you. You
yeah,
know?
and that will maintain, and those same type of fans that you guys had even before there was a major label, before there was, you know.
They just don't buy records anymore.
Yeah, exactly. But they consume it.
But
you know what I mean?
I bet
your Spotify. I was looking at the newest music video actually, and it's like people watch your video on YouTube.
And they're still coming out to the shows, man, which is like amazing. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, and they're connected with all of it. I do want to talk about Groundhog Day. You guys do change it up in so much as like I know you did the Gathering of the Juggalos before. But you guys are on tour with ICP.
Yeah.
And that's just wild to me, just in the sense that
it's either a career buster or
right. It's got bunch of new fans or a bunch of enemies.
Yeah.
No, I gotta know because I haven't been out to one of those shows. I mean, you and them together. I've seen them and I've seen you.
Yeah.
How are those fans? How are the Juggalos like responding to P.O.D. and what's the vibe like? And you guys, Stitches plays before you, right?
Stitches actually pulled a no-show. Because I don't even know his story. Something happened. He never joined the tour. So
he never played any dates on the tour?
So DJ Paul jumped on.
But he did the Gathering though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But DJ Paul from 3-6 Mafia jumped on like the first week. So it's really an all hip hop or rap show.
Yeah.
And we're the only live band.
But like you said, especially with the new concept record, you guys obviously have always had a lot of hip-hop flow and a lot of that as part of your thing. So do you kind of tailor the set to sort of emphasize those songs?
I think we try to we play some of our heaviest songs, but the more kind of hip-hop rap driven vocals and just that groove, because obviously it's a hip-hop show. But we got asked to do, there's bands out from the Godsmacks, Seven Dust, Shinedown. We've got asked to do tours, but for us, it's the same rock crowd.
Right.
It's the same rock crowd over and over.
And those bands are cool, and a lot of them are your friends and all that, of course.
Friends, we love them all.
It's preaching to the choir. You know, it's the same.
It's the same crowd. So when ICP asked us, it was like, you know what? It's different.
Yeah.
The Juggalos were like, if we can win the Juggalos over, we have
you got them for life. You got them for life. Yeah, they won't abandon. They're not fair weather fans.
And they make us work for it, man.
That's a culture.
They stand there and they kind of mad dog you the whole time. But
that's
by
what I was going to ask you, because, it's like, obviously ICP lyrically and Stitches when he was advertised with the tour, they go hard as far as content. But I mean, P.O.D, like, you guys are real ass dudes. Like, it's not like you came from Hollywood or something.
I think the streets know that. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what I mean. Like,
so once everybody gets over that idea of like, oh, well, they're Christians or that's a Christian band. It's like, dude, no, we're not choir boys. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like we didn't grow up that way, and it's like, so don't get it twisted. You know what I mean?
And that's because you walk the walk. You know what I mean? It's not just you're not up there preaching.
Right.
You're expressing.
And when they asked us to, we played the Gathering a few years ago, and when ICP asked us to play the Gathering, it was like, wow, this is crazy, and it was bananas, dude. I can't even explain. It's bananas. It's a lot different when you're out in the middle of nowhere than playing.
Oh, yeah, and also somewhere where there is literally no law.
There's no law.
It's self-police.
It's hired security that
I've heard about, like Juggalo jail, and like they put you in a canary cage and stuff. Yeah.
Juggalo justice, they do it. So
that's wild.
But we want them over there. The fact that ICP called us again, it was like, you know what, we want to do something different. And honestly, we're halfway into it. It's been probably the most fun tour in a while.
That's awesome. And I feel like you said, just that Groundhog Day thing, because you guys,
it is.
It's a challenge. I'm sure that first night you guys were like game face.
We're working for it.
You can't go through the motions.
Oh, yeah.
You got to go out there.
I've been up there because I trust me, you're irritated or frustrated by the sound. You have a couple, juggalos who staring at you like they want to get down or something, and then it's like, I get frustrated, and I'm like, I'm in people's faces, you know what I mean? Like, but at the end of the night, we win them over, and the whole hope is that when we do our own tour, that we're gonna start seeing juggalos come to P.O.D. shows.
Why not? It's a whole culture, and P.O.D. has always been about embracing different cultures, universal. So,
always.
Sonny, thank you so much
for
coming and talking to us. Yeah, Sonny, P.O.D. new record is out. Aftershock. Bye.